Hello, Friendly ALC families. I want to share with you some hopefully helpful information about using Edgenuity's family communication resources. Edgenuity has two primary methods for sharing information with families. Families have the option to receive progress reports via email. These can be sent daily, weekly, or monthly. All families should have already been signed up to receive these progress reports, but if you need to set them up or want to change your email settings, please let us know. Families also can elect to utilize Family Portal, which provides more details into students' grades, activity scores, and attendance logs. All families were provided an activation code to create their own Family Portal account. If you need your code resent or need help setting up your account, again, please let us know. So I want to go over a quick explanation on how you can use these two options. So the first is on your email. I have an example of what that would look like here with a demo student. So under each course, the first thing you're going to see is your student's relative grade. Relative grade is calculated by assigning 0 to all incomplete activities. So this means as your student completes more activities, the grade should only go up. Most courses have a minimum relative grade of 60%. Some courses may have a different relative grade minimum, but that should be communicated to you and your student if that's the case. And once your student reaches the minimum relative grade to pass, they're done. Now, students do have the option to keep going to a higher relative grade if they want to earn a higher letter grade in the course, or they can just accept a pass and as their final grade, and then they can begin working on a new course. The other metric you're going to see here is progress. Progress calculations are dependent on the start and end dates that are set for a course. And so they're going to assume that all students need to complete the full course. And since our courses are self-paced and not all students need to complete the entire course, progress can be a little misleading. So if you're trying to earn 0.5 credit with an A in 3 weeks, then this is going to give you information that's relevant to your situation. But if your goal is to finish a 0.167 class and you only want to pass and you're trying to finish it in 1 week, or maybe you're trying to finish it in 10 weeks, then progress isn't really going to give you a lot of helpful information. I guess I would just say make sure that it just keeps going up. Now I also want to talk about Family Portal. So again, you should have received an activation code in your email. The first time you visit this site, you're going to need to activate your account. And so you'd have to put in your email address and the code that we sent to you, and then it'll have you create your own password. Once you do that, you should be able to log in and see some more details about your student. So the first thing I want to show you is the attendance log. Now this is going to show you the dates and the times that your student accessed Edgenuity, and it's also going to show you how much time they spent in each class and how many activities they completed in that class. The attendance log also displays idle time. Now, idle time could mean time off task, but it's not always a bad thing. Idle time can also mean time spent rewatching instruction videos or reviewing notes. It's just time not spent actively in a new assignment or new activity. So sometimes you'll see a lot of idle time, but it's not always bad. Sometimes it's off task, but sometimes it's just redoing past assignments. The other thing you can find on here is progress report, and that has a couple more details than the emailed version. And so the things that are a little different, there is overall grade. I'm going to go down to this one. There's overall grade. Overall grade is how well your student is scoring on their activities. There's actual grade. That's how well they're scoring, but it also penalizes students for late work. And so, again, these metrics are helpful if a student is on the same timeline, but since everything's self-paced, it's really hard to talk about falling behind when everyone has a personal goal date of when they want to finish. There's other things you can see on here like relative grade, and this is going to be your progress number that we already discussed. And then there's also a breakdown of how your student is doing in different categories like quizzes and tests. So in general, to use this information, I would say you want to look at relative grade again, and relative grade again just to see how much progress your student is making. I think you should be looking at overall grade if you want to see how well your student is doing on their assignments. And actual grade and target completion, they probably give you the least helpful information just because they're tied to a calendar. And so, for example, if those start and end dates aren't set up correctly, you're not going to get really useful information there. So I hope that wasn't too overwhelming and provided you with enough detail that these tools can be helpful for you and in supporting your students' success this school year. Please reach out to us if you need anything. Thank you.